not surprised?
Well, I'm not terribly surprised. I think that some of the assumptions on employment in the report are a bit dismal compared to what we're seeing in our own surveys. Our own CBIA surveys show that over this quarter, about 20% of employers expect to hire people, and certainly we've seen job gains 8,900 year to date in Connecticut, and that they expect 45% expect to hire at least one full-time person by the end of the year. But you've got to remember that may mean 15 or 20,000 net jobs this year. There's projections from the New England Economic Project that we'll add 25,000 jobs a year for the remaining, for 3 years following that. That barely brings us to recovery of the 100,000 jobs we've lost. So obviously I think we're going to have a slow growth prospect. I think also the focus on the report on enhancing research and development and tax credits is a good place to start. Tax credits have been slammed as so-called corporate welfare by some people in the legislature. That's a foolish approach in a highly technical economy like Connecticut. These tax credits right now have a beneficial effect on the economy, on keeping and expanding high-tech industries, particularly in the areas of pharmaceuticals, bioscience, nanotechnology, advanced manufacturing, and the like, that are core to Connecticut, that are good jobs with good wages and benefits. Those are the types of things we want to see expanded here. Certainly, studies like this, if they have the legislature take a look at this in a more positive mode and hopefully encourage them to enhance these efforts, could lead to job growth, as is mentioned in the report. So I think that one of the things that's important about the report is it does focus on this, and it does focus on the need not only to create jobs in Connecticut, but to create high-quality jobs. Because when you create a job in something like pharmaceuticals or high-tech manufacturing, there's a multiplier effect on that. It creates jobs in other areas, in service industries, and leisure and hospitality industries, and education, and other things that enhance the overall capacity of the Connecticut economy and provide jobs for people of all educational levels and in all areas of the state. So I think that that's really important. What I see right now is we're in the beginning of a slow recovery from a recession. We're not going to have a sharp uptick out of this recession.
Which is what this is saying.
Which is what it's saying. I think it's a little bit more dismal than what I see, and what I see some other folks, such as the Connecticut forecaster for New England Economic Project at Deke released at a conference on May 20th. It may even be more dismal than some other researchers at Uconn. I know Steve Lawson and the Connecticut economy have been more optimistic than CCEA on this. I think I'm probably in that boat as well. But obviously it points out there's a lot of problems in Connecticut. The economy should be job one. Certainly, we've got gubernatorial candidates and candidates for all other offices running right now. If they're not absolutely concerned that the economy is their job one, the voting public should be really concerned, because that should be at the top of their mind. There are still a lot of people unemployed in Connecticut. There's a lot of people that don't have the economic opportunity they might have had 3 or 4 years ago. I think we've got to restore that. I think if we restore that, other problems that we've got, like the government fiscal problems on the state and local level, will eventually mend themselves. If they don't deal with that, then I think these problems will exacerbate themselves and lead to a Connecticut that doesn't have as good a future for ourselves and for our children.
And you said that you're seeing, companies hire at least one full-time person a year. Like, what sort of industries are we talking?
We're across the board, and that was encouraging across the board, both in terms of the counties and in terms of the industries. So, recovery is coming back. Some areas are going to be a little bit slower. This mentions real estate, particularly commercial industrial real estate. Construction is going to be a little bit slower. These were savaged during the recession. Going to take them some time coming back. We're seeing some other areas just in recent reports out of the Department of Labor that show that business services, areas such as manufacturing, education, leisure and hospitality, healthcare, are doing a bit better than those other areas. I expect them to be more the leaders in the recovery, and some of the real estate and construction to somewhat lag.